What's good, Bit Rushers? It's Kyler, and in today's video we're going to be going over another video on the Sandbox, this time on the VoxEdit software. If that sounds good to you, stick around. But first, please follow me on Twitter at BitRush9000. Please join the Telegram group, also at BitRush9000. And please give the channel a sub and click the bell to be notified on future content. Here we go. So if you haven't seen any of my previous videos where I talk about the Sandbox game, I have a playlist that you can find on my channel, and I'll leave some of those videos linked below in the description, and the first overview video should be popping up above now. If you want, pause this video and come back after you watch that one. For everyone else, we're going to be talking about the VoxEdit beta, which is the main editor, the one-in-all tool to create, rig, and animate Vox models. So download VoxEdit here. You can come to the main Sandbox and come to create, and you will be able to download. And that's basically it. You can start creating after that. You go ahead and download. You're going to need to learn how to do everything. The first thing you're going to need to be able to do is model. And so what the modeler does is make the most of your creativity. From beginners to expert, anyone create amazing creations. And these things all sync up with some of the other video game tools. So if you make stuff using their editor, you can import and export into other editors. Once you have your model made, you can then use the animator and actually give those creations animations. So your creation walking, what happens when he falls over, if he gets hit by, an arrow or a sword or anything like that. So you have to edit each one of those things that's going to happen with your model after you create your model. And then the block editor is actually for the game surroundings, so the pieces in the game that you would use to build and create your surroundings and things like that can also be created and edited and had skins put on the layers. So there's a lot you can do with VoxEdit. I'm actually just getting into it, and it is fairly robust and it's fairly complex, even though it's simple. It's simple to use, but because there's so many features, learning everything efficiently it takes a little bit and a lot of playing around and probably a couple years experience for the guys that have been doing it for a while. So, and here's what some of the other artists are creating. We have like a Yeti guy, a forest female elf, a steampunk, frozen bench, signboard. A couple quotes from the artist. You guys can check all this stuff out if you want, and there's a chain log and a road map, and you can join the community and get updates and all that good stuff. There's also a VoxEdit website that has, just for the website, it's voxedit.io, and I'll also have that linked in the description if you guys want to check this out. It's some of the same information, just a little bit more in depth than some of the stuff. And so you could see here the features of the modeler. All-in-one software. You're going to be able to have incredible performance, high-level detail, advanced rendering, versatile color palette, friendly 3D environment. It is pretty simple to use. I've never done anything like this, so for me it seems like it's complex. Fairly simple, I guess, to Adobe Photoshop, just in a different environment and doing different things with the tools. So a little bit of getting used to. And you can see some of those tools and functions and things here. And the export import are going to be .obj, .vox, .vxm or VXR, .dae, and .gltf. Okay, so that's what I was saying. There's several file formats that can be imported and exported. There's also a creator fund. So right now, if you want and you are a good creator, you can earn money for those creations. They're paying people to add to the community. They want the community to grow even while it's in beta, so that when it does launch, there'll be a lot of things already available. It'll be a rich community with robust features and assets. So if you are one of those people that can create things, here is that website. It's called funds.sandbox.game. You guys can check that out also. And then the main tutorial that's linked from the website is this one here. It's called Voxelize, VoxElize. It's a YouTube channel, and he goes through all the different features. You could see here that the modeler that he's using is a little bit more old school, and he says that in here that the way it's going to look is going to change when the actual real version comes out. So it's still in beta, it's still changing. But he goes, fairly in depth to this stuff. The one thing I will say about his video is it's very fast paced, so I had to stop A lot of times I'd listen to one thing, stop, and then try to do what he was saying, and then try something else and stop. So you guys want to check this out, I highly recommend doing that. And I just want to show you guys what I created. So let's check mine out real quick. And this is actually what the editor looked like. So you can see it looks a lot different than the one that was on the screen that he was using in that video. And we're going to come to the modeler. I actually have not done any animation yet. I've only made the model. And I was following along that video I saw, but I didn't make exactly what he was making. I, decided to make something else. Here we go. And let's open them up. See, I made this little bird guy. The guy in the video was making an egg with legs, so I didn't really want to make an egg, even though I named mine the same thing. I named it Eggsy or whatever. That's what he named his file. So I was just kind of following along, but I didn't want to paint by numbers exactly. So I made my own little bird guy here. You see how cool he looks. He's got his little claws on the bottom, got his little beak there, got a little outfit on, whatever, and a little top hat thing with the bird feather sticking out the top. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. It took me probably about 10-20 minutes to do this. As I was following along, I had to keep stopping and coming back and stopping and coming back. And I have two screens, so I can watch it while I'm building, but still I need to stop a lot. But he goes very in depth into everything and does a great job explaining. And so if you guys want to create anything in the game, I suggest you do that. I'm probably not going to import this because I don't want to spend the time. Maybe I will in the future, but as of right now, I'm not planning on spending the time to animate this guy. He was just my first creation following that tutorial. What I do want to make is a bowl, so I want to make my logo. I want to make the bowl guy for my logo, the BitRush bowl, and have him and animate him and have him as a character that I can use once the game launches to be my main avatar. So that's what I'm going to personally start working on, and you never know in the future if I get good at this, maybe I'll animate this guy and it'll be quick and easy, and I'll import him as well, and he'll be, my first little Birdman creation. Yeah, guys, so that's it. If you like this video, if you learned something, if you enjoy the content about the Sandbox, let me know in the comments below. But do smash the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the channel. Sub if you want, or sub with the bell if you want future content. Share this one, friends and family. As always, happy creating. Let's get that coin.